Hello there, my stamping friends. My name is Marilyn. I'm coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada, for my usual Thursday evening Facebook Live and YouTube Live. With the benefit of using StreamYard, which is the program I use, I can stream to both of those at the same time, and I love being able to share with you. So, welcome everyone. Hopefully, you're having a good day. And I'm happy to see you here with me. If you've never been here before, I really welcome you. And if you've been here with me before, I welcome you back because I love having this community that we have together. So come on and let me know where you're watching from, what kind of day you've been having. And my question for you tonight is one that I think will spark a lot of interest, I hope. And it is that if you had unlimited budget and unlimited space, what would be something that you would put in your new craft room? Not that I'm doing anything with a new craft room. Don't think that way, but I'm just curious to know what people would think. What would be the number one thing that you'd have to have in that craft room? And as you're coming on and putting your comments in, I will come back and read them shortly, but I'm just going to go through my usual spiel about what's happening in my world. As you can see on the bottom of the screen right now, I have that current host code, which will be ending here at the end of August, before too long. And along with ending the end of August, I have a few other things to tell you about, such as bonus coupons. If you earned any in July, you've got until August 31st to use them. The kits are on sale until August 31st, and I do have one that I have here that I've been using to display some cards, and I'll show you that when I turn to my desktop. And the other thing to let you know is that the new catalog will go live on September 6th. So if you don't have one and you don't have a demonstrator, let me know and I can send you a catalog. So I'd love to have you as part of our group. Okay, so I'm going to go down my list. I have a Zoom with Friends class Friday at 1. And that one, I do not advertise the link, the Zoom link, out to the general public. But if you'd like to join me, just let me know and I'll put you on that email list and you'll get it. And you'll get a copy of the recording afterwards if you can't make it on our Friday that we do with the class. Everyone is welcome to teach. It doesn't have to be a fun fold, a fancy card of any kind. It can just be something that you enjoy and you would like to share with us. And we'd love to have you show us how. So keep that in mind. I have Christmas card class the second Thursday of each month. And that one I do send kits out for, so I need registration to be 2 weeks prior to the class so that I can get them to you. And I can only send it out in Canada. So let me know if you're interested in that one. I have a monthly card class the third Thursday of the month, and same thing there. I need 2 weeks notice to get it prepared and out to you in the mail, if it has to be mailed. And I can only send that in Canada, but I'd love to have you join me. So all of those are always there. Just reach out to me and let me know if you're interested. So I'm going to switch over to my desktop camera, and you can see this is the magnetic board. It comes with clips, and I think it comes with 6. I have no idea why I only have 5, but that is one of the kits that is on sale. So keep that in mind if you haven't seen it yet. It is certainly worthwhile, and I really am enjoying using it. So I'm just going to quickly look at your comments to see if there's anything pressing. Thank you for answering the question. Yes, please let me know what you would put if you had unlimited budget, unlimited space in your new craft room. And I will go back and look at those afterwards. Just good to see all of you. I see names: Kathy, Bonnie, Judy, Linda, Carmen from Chicago. Welcome again, Carmen. Karen, Faye, good to see all of you. And thank you so much for supporting me and joining me here. So obviously I must be where I should be. I will just look at that. It has come up. So let's get started. I am wearing the microphone tonight, which maybe you noticed when I was doing my spiel there, and hopefully sound is okay and we can carry on and whatever. So the card I chose to make tonight, Leslie, I see you on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. I'm just going to share your comment, Leslie, so that the others can see it. A word of note, I can see comments on YouTube as well as Facebook, but if you're on one of those, you can only see comments there, and vice versa. You can't see each other. So this is why I like to share this. I'm going to read it out, Leslie. For me, that's a loaded question since I have to start from scratch. My first purchase was adhesives and basic white cardstock. Next is some of my favorite sentiment stamps. And Leslie, I know why you're saying that and where you're coming from with it. And I'm going to comment, hope you don't mind, but Leslie did have her residence burn in a fire not very long ago, so she lost her things. So I feel for you, Leslie, and reach out to me and let me know if there's anything that I might have duplicates of, which I'm sure we all do, um, and I can share with you. So I would love to do that, Leslie. So keep in touch. So again, let me know what your dream craft room would have as we carry on, and I'm going to show you this card. I not to crash things around. The mini catalog, as I said before, if you do not have one and you would like one, please let me know. If you're in Canada and do not have a demonstrator already. Okay, I see Sandy, I see Kinser Crafts. I'm sorry I don't know your name there from YouTube, but welcome. Welcome, everyone. Let me know where you're watching from. And my question tonight was, if you had unlimited budget and unlimited space, what would you put in your craft room? And I'm sure we're going to have some great answers on there and we can all learn from it. So this card, you may have seen, it was on Simply Stamping website, Connie Stewart, and I just thought it was really a neat card. We've done this kind before where you flip, I've done ones where you do this from this side and this from this side, but I thought this was a neat layout. And what she did, I'm going to do with a different color tonight, was stamped and kind of made her own designer paper, which we've all looked at and done before, and then cut it and put it on. So I used on this one, and I don't know how well you can see it. I'll maybe bring it up to the camera a little bit closer. The new Lemon Lolly. Petal Pink is my lighter color here, and Calypso Coral. And you may wonder how I came up with such a choice, but let me show you. I have these cardstocks that I use constantly. They're actual pieces of cardstock. I've got the label on them with the item number and color family. And then on the back of them, I did put the sheets that we can get from Stampin' Up, and we can give them to you as customers. And it gives you suggestions for color combinations. So this was Lemon Lolly. It had Lemon Lolly, Petal Pink, and Calypso Coral. So I thought, okay, let's give it a try. So, hello, Marie. I sorry, I'm busy reading comments and I shouldn't be. Um, You guys go ahead, read, comment to each other questions. Lots of you on here are demonstrators. Please answer each other's questions if you can, and I will go back and read them all afterwards. But I'm going to go through the card, making the card, and then I do have a lot of swaps to show you, or Happy Mail cards to show you, because my swap cards are starting to come in. I recently did a swap with 21 other people, so I'm going to have lots of cards happen. So I'm going to show you the trick that Connie Stewart showed me for tying this as well. And it's a ribbon that goes around the, or this is twine, but you can use ribbon. So for tonight's card, I thank you, Karen. I'll just go back here for a couple things. Karen comments on smart to put the color combos on the back of the swatch cards. Otherwise, I wouldn't know where to find them, Karen. I'm forever looking for stuff. Um, Custom made cabinets. Okay, lots of comments there. And like I say, if you can't see them on Facebook where you are, maybe you can eventually jump over to YouTube and watch after the fact, or watch the live, whichever, to see the comments there, because there's lots of great ones coming from both places. So thank you. I love having you comment. I love having you here and be part of our group. Sweet Sorbet is what I chose for tonight's base. And it is more of a a red, I'm going to call it. I've got it in with the Poppy Parade. I keep mine in rainbow order, as you can tell, on a ring so I can flip them. So when it came to Sweet Sorbet, I decided I would use Sweet Sorbet, Berry Burst, and Blackberry Bliss. So for my card base, I'm just going to tuck that. I won't be able to see it, but I'll have it up there. My card base is my 8.5 by 5.5. And as I'm using this grid paper, just a reminder that anyone can purchase grid paper. It's in the catalog. So if you're thinking that, oh, it must only be available to demos, not so. You can get it too. So I'm going to fold up my score lines at 5.5 and 1 3/4 is going to go back. So it's going to be the same card as that one that I showed you, but different colors. I like to burnish on both sides to try and get it to lay as flat as possible. And sometimes I've noticed that if I do it on my pierce mat, it works even better. So just depending on your card stock, and I've heard as well that sometimes humidity has something to do with our paper and how it reacts and whatever. So there's my card base. For the inside, I do have a white. It is our regular 5 1/4 by 4. Then I have my piece that I'm going to do my background stamping on, make my own designer paper. And I'm going to try and get a place where it isn't too messy. So I have pulled in these two sets. I'm going to use Petal Park, this one, this little tiny one, and one of these leaves. And I'm going to use Let's Celebrate out of Sentimental Park. Those are kind of a double set in the annual catalog. And I just thought they were actually the ones that Connie Stewart used as well, but I thought they were great for making this kind of designer paper. So my first color, and I have no idea what this is going to look like, but so you're here with me. I'm going to do the solid flowers, the Sweet Sorbet. So and they are very hard. But let's see what happens here. So you can just randomly stamp. Then I'll leave that there. I'm going to bring in Berry Burst with the outline. And I'm not going to line them up, just like on this one where I didn't line them up. I'm just going to, again, fill in some spots. And we'll all decide if we like Stampin' Up's choices of combining these colors. I'm sure they will look different when we get them on the card base. Okay, so that is my Berry Burst. Yeah, I was gonna say that's not Blackberry Bliss because here's Blackberry Bliss and it's a little bit darker. And I'm going to just fill in some of the spaces. And how many of you have made designer paper of your own? I've never done a full 8.5 by 11 myself, but I know lots of people have. And then for the last little touch, I'm going to use this dotted one with Mental Black. And it just is going to add, you can fill in all these little spots. And you could certainly use, like, I could have grabbed a green maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I tend to, and maybe you guys are the same, I tend to go along with colors that Stampin' Up puts in their designer paper. So there, now I have to grab my paper trimmer, which is over here, but I did plug in my mic today, so hopefully you can hear me. So this piece that I started with was 4 1/8 by 2 5/8. So you can see, well, that looks like it's 2 1/2, not 2 5/8. That's because I was reading the wrong one. It is 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. Okay. And now I'm going to cut it, leave it at 2 1/2, but I'm going to cut it at 1 1/4. And I'm going to keep them in order so that when I put them on my card, they will look like designer paper, like so, right? So let me do that. Now I have a question for you guys, and I will try and watch the comments for this because I don't know what color of background to put on those. So you tell me. I have Blackberry Bliss, I have Berry Burst, and I have Sweet Sorbet. So I will lay one on each, and let me know in the comments what what you think. What should I use? I'll wait just a few minutes because obviously it takes some time because I don't see anything there yet. And I see Kathy. I see Blackberry Burst. Gail, it's Blackberry Bliss or Berry Burst. Blackberry, second one, Sweet Sorbet. Can you place them on the card bases? No, Bonnie. Yes, I can. Okay, I see Sweet Sorbet, middle one. I got it all over the place, so maybe I'm going to have to pick anyway. Um, I kind of like, I'm thinking I'm liking the, okay, some more comments, um, so that I can see while I'm over here. Let me see what's happening. And, okay, I'm going to keep these in order because that's what I need. I don't think I want the sweet sorbet because that's just a bit too much the same. And I think I'm going to go with the card base, the Blackberry Bliss. Yeah, that is what I'm going to use. So then basically all you need to do, well, first of all you need to do is put them on the base. And there's just a tiny water. So I like to pick mine up and especially with the liquid glue, move them around till I'm happy with how they're placed. And then to place them on there will be, as I'm sure most of you know, a matter of not gluing the card shut. And then I'll show you the trick that Connie Stewart shared with the twine. I thought it was something that I needed because it was making things exact. So then what you want to do is place them right up against the edge of here, and you can see that that flower carries over and this flower carries over, so they are in the right order. Try and figure where you want this space and this space the same, and then put this one in last. And I did have success on the first one with using my Seal Plus, because then I can place the, well, if I can get it working, place the designer paper edge and just tack it there until I'm happy with all of them where they're placed. And sometimes you have to start this with your finger, and sometimes it pulls up the cardstock, and I haven't figured out why, but I'm just going to see what is happening there. I'm hoping you can still see it. And then my center one. And the other thing that sometimes helps if you have your silicone mat, if you run it on there first, And it just, as much as we like the liquid glue for movable sake, something like this does work well. So, and then I like to pick it up, and as long as I'm happy with it, I will push it down. And usually when I do it, I turn it over and burnish it this way because I've forever got ink on me. So on the inside, I'm going to do some more colors like that if I find my pierce mat. And just because I like the colors, but I think I'm going to the sweets and deep is pretty dark, so I'm going to stamp off and then stamp it. So you've still got the same tone, it's just a little bit lighter when you do something like that. And not to be outdone, I will add some of that one and just a titch, as we say, of this one. Then I'm going to use my darker one, my blackberry bouquet, which will get into line with that to stamp Let's Celebrate. And this time I will put it in the middle. And then I will explain to you what happened here. I had a blob of ink. I like to say I'll usually ink somewhere. So that's going to go on the inside with my. Oh, hello, Betty. You're there now. Betty said she had trouble. YouTube wouldn't let her chat, but I don't know. There are times when technology is not in our favor, right? So Betty, if you weren't on before, my question tonight is if you had unlimited budget and unlimited space, what would you put in a new craft room or in your craft room? Um, and yes, please comment if you had the other questions and whatever. So there basically is our card. So you can see they're both the same design, but they look really different. So then with the twine, this is from this package of 2022-24 in color Baker's twine, and you get the 5 different in colors. So this is Sweet Sorbet. And when she did it, she left it like this. I'm going to cut mine in half. I'm still going to use both pieces, but I was really confused at the end, and I didn't know what was a bow and what was needed to be cut yet. So I'm going to pretty well bring it to the center. Although that shouldn't be, because what I'm going to do what um, Connie demonstrated, which I thought was kind of neat, is she took a glue dot and placed it where she wanted her bow, which I will do the same as before. So it's kind of right at the end of that. And then this has twine is in here behind, and it's relatively straight. I'm going to tie it in a knot and have the knot right where that glue dot is and put it down like that. Then I will tie my bow and just tidy it up. This is where I couldn't figure out what was cut and what wasn't when I was doing the other one. But and you can see I used the same twine on here, and even though it's not calypso coral like the background here, I think it looks okay. So once you get that on, of course you can trim the edges, the ends, whatever you want to call those, and you've got the Oh, and you can separate this. It's not going to go anywhere because it's on that glue dot. If you want it to have a little bit more, and back here it's a little. So, which color do you like best? Let me know. And thank you for all your comments on there. I see that lots of things, lots of people commenting. As always, I'm going to share my happy mail and let you know who won last week's draw. And then we will do the draw for everybody who's commented here tonight. So nice move. Stuck my finger in the ink because I was trying to close it the wrong way. I do that draw for tonight with everybody who is on here commenting, and I draw for 5 cards. And if I haven't sent one to you before, please message me with your email, or not your email. Can't send you a card by email. Well, not a physical card. I would mail you one. So again, just a reminder that these are available. If you want one of them, let me know one. I'll send you a PDF link to where you can get your own and cut them and whatever. And then if you want to do something similar to this, it's a little time consuming, but it's certainly worthwhile. These cards, in case you're interested, are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. I have no idea why I picked that size, or if I followed somebody else, I don't remember. But anyway, sorry. Okay, so let's go on with I like lemon lolly. I like them both. I like them both. Sweet sorbet. Perfect. So if you're struggling to pick colors, remember something like this, that they all have every color, well, except black and white, obviously, has something like that, that they will give you an idea of what they think will look good together. So my happy mail. I have received, oh, I'm going to do it the other way first of all. Before I received, I want to share with you a couple of cards that I made with my team the other night in our team meeting. And that was these. And actually, these two are the same, believe me. They fit in a regular envelope, but it's just kind of a neat fold that we did. And as we were doing it, Karen, I know you're for one. I see a question, Bonnie. I'll come back to that in a minute. That they only stand up this way. So if we wanted to, we could have turned our words and had them going that way. But I think it's a great fold. So that was, no, I'm really, Lisa Curcio, I believe, had shared that one. This is a tag that I received from Lillian to do with one of the new sets that's in the catalog, to do with the bears. The bear. This is, I don't know if that was last year. This is what we did with Faye teaching us in our last Zoom with friends on Friday. Was these are napkins, and we did it. She showed us how to put it on the envelope as well. And I was showing this one to the team the other night, and they thought this was fireworks, but actually it's a palm tree. If I wouldn't have put my stuff here, you could see the base of the palm tree. So lots of, just every time you look at napkins, think about doing a card. It was really quite easy with adhesive sheets, and thank you, Faye, for doing that then. And then we get to my swap cards. So this one is from Sharon on our team, and I do a team swap with only my team members, and I do not limit them to current products. So this is a product that we'd had quite a while ago. It was a paper, a filigree kind of paper, and you could cut it in sections like this. And Sharon still had it and made this gorgeous card where she colored it to go with the background, the base, and then she's even put little pieces of it in here. Isn't that a neat idea? So thank you, Sharon, for that. Then I have this one from Lori, and it's using one of the new embossing folders, the Countryside Corners. I don't think that's what the embossing folder is called, but it's in that suite. And some of the circle punches. And she's got a little piece of Actually, that's stamped. That's not a piece of designer paper, and she stamped along here as well. So some great ideas that everyone has. This one, let's see, I'm gonna grab the rest of my team ones, which are these two. This one's from Nancy. I love this little guy. Ice cream is the best remedy for this. Ice cream remedies everything as far as I'm concerned. And what she's put a little slip in it saying this card was created with Best Remedy card kits. So if you're looking at those card kits that are on sale till the end of the month, this would probably be one of them. So thank you, Nancy. Cute, cute little card. And Linda, I know you're on here. Linda is our great envelope maker. She uses all different papers for her envelopes, and I know it's Linda's card when I see it, even before I see the return address. So it thank you, Linda, for doing that. And this one has great die cuts. It's got more of that Countryside Corners paper. And layering leaves, two-tone flora is the stamp set. And she's put a little slip in telling us what she's used for that, and a little decoration paper on the back. And I thank everyone who registered for my Countryside Corners class to go that I was doing. I have got things finalized there, and they will be coming as soon as I get the extra pieces from Stampin' Up. So that was my team. Now, the one that I was in for 21 other people, this was my card. And they went out in the mail today. Karen, I know you're on here and you're part of that group, so it's on its way. And it's made with the Rustic Crate stamp set out of that new catalog. I loved working with it. I love the set, but it was a lot of die cutting. Double here, this was die cut, this is die cut, this is die cut. So definitely adhesive sheets on the back here and here, but I'm really pleased with how it ended up. And I did not put anything on the inside of it. Today, from Karen, I received this as part of the Duke's Divas, right, Duke's Divas swap. Karen is so generous. I don't often have time to be part of that one, but she quite often will send me cards that she makes for it anyway. Love this, Karen. It is gold embossing on find the stamp set. So Very Merry and Stars at Night. So that must be the Stars at Night, I would guess. And great fold. And Karen had put in this embossing folder is the leaves, but just to protect it, especially from going through the envelope. So a great idea there. And another one from Karen as part of this 21 person swap. And this one is using Magical Meadow stamp set. Love this paper. Somebody asked me the other day if it was cranberries or what it was. I'm not sure, but I love the paper. Love the colors. And look at this fold. Isn't that neat? Thank you, Karen. That is so neat. And it stands up perfectly, of course. This one is from Brenda, another one of the fall sets. And she's used a background stamp and cut a layer. It's an extra layer there and a little bit of ribbon. And these are die cuts from that as well. So the die cuts make everything so much easier for us. This one is from Sue. Yes. And I'm going to take it out here because I think it's bountiful. And it is well, I don't have my paper here telling me which stamp set, but she's done a double layer on the inside, which I often don't think about, but I really like the end result of it. And a little bit of the new velvet ribbon here, and stamping with darker stamping over top. Great cards too, thank you. This one is from Lillian, and those of you who follow her would have seen this the other night. She showed how to do with the blending brushes on the background and with a mask. A great, great idea. And then the embossing folder over it. And I don't know if I can hold it so you can see. This is the embossing folder, this star that's in here. And she's put a little piece of the die cut inside as well. And last but not least is from Karina. And this one is done with another Christmas set. Don't have that one there. And again, I don't have my sheet, but it's that book fold that we always call it, and with a tag on it and a tree. So some great ideas. I will be taking pictures of those and sharing them on my social media as they come in, and probably a conglomerate of them at the end when I get them all. But I love getting happy mail. It's wonderful to go to the mailbox nowadays. So I'm just gonna lay those there, because then when the video comes up and shows them, I'll remember which card I had done. Um, Before I leave the desktop, I would like to show you this one again. This is the one I did last week with all of the layers with the country corner dies. And the winner for that one, I put everybody's name in a draw, whether you commented during the live or afterwards on YouTube or Facebook. And Kim N won that. So Kim, I don't think I have your address. So if you're watching, and usually I know you watch later, so please be sure and send me your address and I can send that to you. Okay, so no comments. I hope that Karen's telling us Sue's card used Magical Meadows as well from the mini. Yes, they were all from the mini. Those cards for that 21 person swap were all from the mini. So I'm going to share my screen. Select the window. Can never remember which screen I'm supposed to share, so bear with me while I try this. And then go over here, and I think that's the ability. So, yes. So now you can see me and it, so I'll try not to make too many faces. It shows here that there are 16 of you on who have made comments, so I am going to hit the draw button, and 5 of you will win a card, and I will mail that to you. And it may not be Linda. Um, these cards are ones that whoa, oh, sorry, hit the wrong button again. There. Some of them are swap cards that I've received and haven't used myself. Some of them are ones that I've made for classes. Some of them are ones that I have made in events, but they're all cards that are usable. I haven't signed them with my name or anything else, so you can certainly use them. And that's the whole idea, is to share and care and let you use them. As we're doing this, please remember that I'm always open to suggestions on what kind of card um, you would like me to do next week or any other time after that. And please just keep in touch and keep sharing with each other. It's a great community, and you don't realize, I don't think, how much, Stacy, you really need this kind of group until you don't have time to actually be part of it. And that was us when my hubby was in the hospital. I really missed not being able to chat with you guys and to do stuff like this, because it's important, and I have a lot of fun doing it. So I hope you do too. So as always, keep in touch. Let me know if there's anything you'd like me to tackle and try. I certainly don't mind, as any of you who are doing our Zoom class tomorrow know. We sometimes come up with quite the doozy, don't we, Linda? Um, okay, I just saw a message from Betty that I want to share with you, because I did not know this. Did anyone see that you aren't going to be able to buy Kleenex tissues in Canada anymore? I did not see that, Betty, and I have no idea. As long as I get some kind of tissue, it doesn't have to be Kleenex for me. But what about the rest of you? Have you seen such a thing? So again, thank you all for joining me, and let's keep in touch, and let's keep card making and having fun at what we're doing. Take care, everyone. Bye now.